Barry Lyndon, which was ranked 45th on the 2022 Silent poll and 12th on the Directors 100 Greatest Films poll, holds a significant position in the industry, along with his director, Stanley Kubrick. Based on the 1844 novel The Luck of Barry Lyndon, the film tells the life story of Barry Lyndon, who started as a peasant, fell in love with his cousin, and ended up marrying into the Lyndon family, eventually becoming an aristocrat. The film is renowned for its cinematography, costume, art design, and many other aspects. However, what captivates me the most is the use of classical music throughout the film. As someone who has delved into music analysis essays and played piano pieces, growing up with music has given me the ability to appreciate and analyze various compositions. Classical music, in particular, doesn't often dominate the film score market, but plays a prominent role in Stanley Kubrick's film. The Piano Trio in E-flat, Opus 100, was composed by Franz Schubert in 1827 and is considered one of his last pieces. Its second movement, Andante con moto, was featured in the film where Barry first saw Lady Lyndon, and in the very last scene, where Barry returned to Ireland with his mother. During an interview, Kubrick described it as a magnificent piece of music, and it has just the right restrained balance between the tragic and the romantic, without getting into the headier stuff of little romanticism. Without revealing too much of the plot for those who haven't seen the film, life became challenging for Barry after his marriage to Lady Lyndon. Looking back at the composition itself, it is also a tragedy. Suffering from an incurable disease near the end of his life, Schubert composed his piano trio along with another piano trio in B-flat major, 3 piano sonatas, and several other pieces. He also left an unfinished symphony during the last few weeks of his life. Returning to the piano trio itself, it differs from the solemn and magnificent opening of the first movement, Allegro. The second movement, Andante con moto, begins with a transition from the tranquil ending of the first movement. The piano initiates the movement with the main chord in C minor, signifying a tonal shift that corresponds to the evolving theme and emotion. Cello then enters with the main theme, showcasing its range between C2 and A5, and its distinctive timbre. The cello's deep and resonant sound conveys a sense of melancholy and tenderness. The melody primarily consists of long notes, such as quarter notes and dotted quarter notes, enhancing its stability, fluidity, and intensifying the emotions of sadness and longing that C minor conveys. Meanwhile, the piano serves as an accompanying instrument, playing staccato chords. This adds liveliness and playfulness to the tune, infusing it with excitement and helping to counterbalance some of the happiness. Followed by the cello's repetition of the theme, the piano takes over the lead. Although it maintains the same theme, the piano's key range is set between C4 and C7, blending with its clear and rich timbre, which brings out a different and brighter feeling to the theme. The piano gradually diminishes its prominent role as it transitions the lead to the violin during the performance of the filling theme, subsequently moving into the second theme. Within the second theme, the violin fully showcases its strength, combining its resonant and sustained timbre with slightly agile bowing. While maintaining a melancholic atmosphere, it exudes a greater sense of vitality. Meanwhile, the piano delicately accompanies alongside. Although the original movement has more to offer, the adapted version for Barry Lyndon primarily focuses on the aforementioned aspects, with few repetitions and minor changes. So, after considering all these analyses, why was the piano trio in E-flat deemed the most suitable score for Barry Lyndon? While first to set aside Kubrick's love for classical music, the emotions expressed in this piano trio are closely intertwined with the development of story in Barry Lyndon. It begins like a funeral march, with a beautiful and dignified, yet restrained quality. The sadness conveyed through the minor key and melodies is evident, foreshadowing what Barry is about to go through. The tender dialogue between the instruments is also beautiful. The three instruments have equal importance, echoing each other in a back-and-forth manner within the movement, much like Barry and Lady Lyndon gazing each other up across the poker table, silently conveying their emotions. In the final moments of the film, this composition undergoes its last variation. The theme becomes elongated and slow. When the piano plays the final melody, it becomes even more sorrowful, accompanied by the plucked strings. This presents the last scene of the film, with Lady Lyndon's vacant gaze, as if reminiscing about the past, realizing that everything has changed. Although I've only discussed one of my favorite uses of classical music in Barry Lyndon and Kubrick's film, there are many others that deserve praise. But above all, I would like to emphasize the crucial role of music in film. It helps to evoke emotions, establish the tone, and support the storytelling. Barry Lyndon, being a well-known and multiple Oscar-winning film, cannot be mentioned without acknowledging its magnificent music score. Classical music, as Kubrick himself said, however good of the best film composers may be, they are not a Beethoven, a Mozart, or Brahms. Why use music which is of less quality when there's such multitude of great orchestra music available from the past and from our own time?